Hi friends. It is freezing in this camper today, even though it's beautiful, beautiful fall day. The sun is bright, but it's still like the cool night air inside here. So I'm sitting in the doorway of the camper with the sun streaming in, not sitting at my table because I'm too cold. So thanks for joining me today. So it's Thursday, October 8th. It's gorgeous outside. I had a fun meeting with my gypsy friends, some of my ladies last night around a bonfire. That was lovely. We always have the best conversations, and we talked a lot last night about relationships and also some astrology. So I was just going to bring up some of the astrology today. So the big thing is Pluto went direct on the 4th, and when Pluto is retrograde for so many months, it's a time of kind of inner transformation. We're reviewing things inside of us, our patterns, our triggers, really deep themes. And maybe we felt like there wasn't a lot of forward momentum. It was just a lot of like really deep insights and review of our the way we do things in relationship, the way we do things in work and life. And of course, all of us have had to review that and deal with some major changes because of COVID. In our work-life balance, our relationships, everything has been affected, our health and how we go about our daily routines. And so with Pluto direct now, it just feels like we'll have a little forward motion into things we've learned about ourselves over these last several months and putting them into place and into bringing them into reality. The other thing I want to talk about is just a fun tip for this weekend is that Venus will be making a happy relationship with Uranus, which Venus is the planet of love and beauty, and then Uranus is the planet of change and innovation and new ideas. And so this weekend is a fun time to do something different with the ones you love. I know we're limited because of COVID on things we can do, but as far as group gatherings and things like that, but one-on-one things, get out of the routine, do something different, do something fun and spontaneous. And if you aren't with a partner, do it for yourself. Do something out of the routine, do something out of the norm. Open yourself up to some new hobby. Do some painting if you don't paint. Do something artistic and fun. So that's coming up this weekend. But anyway, I was thinking, another conversation that had come up recently was about staying youthful in midlife and how do we do that, right? We know midlife is a huge time for transitions and our bodies are aging. We have children who are growing up and hitting their own transitions, which can be stressful. We may be helping take care of parents as our parents are aging. And so there's a lot going on in our lives, and we're also doing kind of a life review. Like, did I accomplish what I thought I was going to set out to do when I was in my early 20s? Or, maybe there's some sadness over some goals you thought you would meet by now, or some ideals you had for yourself that aren't coming to fruition. And there's kind of a grieving process in letting those things go. But my thoughts were around basically having a youthful spirit. And I believe when we have a youthful spirit, it emanates out from us. And it's an energetic positivity that other people can feel and that other people that are drawn to. And I think when I kind of meditated on that, like, what is the basis for that? And I think for me, it's curiosity. It's remaining curious in all things. Relationships, jobs, life, kids, transitions, whatever it is, remaining curious. And I think as we age, we can develop more rigid thinking or black and white thinking or kind of stuck in our ways. Maybe even some people see midlife as like a crisis, but it doesn't have to be. It can be a second chapter. It can be a new start. It can be a new way of being. And I think this curiosity, if we have curiosity, it's very hard for fear and constriction to live in a curious state of mind. If we're remaining open and curious, it's hard to feel fear at the same time. I'm repeating myself, that's obvious. What I try to do in the morning is I'll do like a 10-minute meditation at least, something like that. And then sometimes I just have to tell myself, I'm going to remain curious all day. And what that does is it kind of levels the playing field of expectation, right? Like, I think when we have too many expectations is when we get disappointed, or when we feel like things should always go a certain way, even in a discussion with our spouse or at our job. And that's what leads to that disappointment. But I started reflecting, thinking about curiosity. We all were curious at one point. Children are born curious, that's how we learn. And so I think that constant journey of wanting to learn, expand, have an adventure of the mind or of the body or of the spirit is how we stay youthful. And I have bad days, I have stressed out days where it's really hard to stay in that curious space. But the more I remind myself to stay that way, the less anxious I am. It kind of helps with anxiety and things like that. So just that curiosity, like what's going to happen next? Or if you're wanting to try something new, you might be a little fearful, but if you stay curious, the curiosity usually wins out over being too scared to try something. So that's what I suggest. For this weekend, try it this weekend, since we have Venus and Uranus so pleasantly in relationship with each other, encouraging us to step outside of the box, whether that's solo or with someone or with friends, and stay curious, stay open. What's going to be around the next corner? We never know. Like, invite newness, invite adventure, invite change. And that leads to the expansion, and then that youthful energy of everybody likes to be around someone who's open and curious and wants to learn more and is fun to be around. And it's kind of an infectious thing, right? So anyway, stay curious. Have a great weekend. Talk to you again soon.